My name is Kenneth Fung, and I'm a psychiatrist from Toronto, Canada. And it's really a pleasure for me to be here.
저는 서울재활병원 가족지원센터장 김지혜라고 합니다. And for Caregiver의 원 개발자신데요. ACT가 무엇인지 간략하게 설명해 주실 수 있을까요?
ACT is acceptance and commitment training or acceptance and commitment therapy. It's a mindfulness-based type of intervention. And what I found interesting is that it has very congruent philosophies to a lot of the way Asians think. So it speaks dearly to my heart. In so many circumstances in life, we encounter challenges, and there's a lot of suffering that not only people with certain kind of labels and disorders have, but I think it's that we all have our own suffering. And I see ACT as a model that is helpful for the human condition, for everyone who have their own struggles, and for us to support one another. And so for me, that's how ACT is special. And in the case of caregivers, we've been developing this program for almost 10 years, and I'm passionate about it because my own son, William, is autistic. And having that first-hand experience, I am aware of the challenges for caregivers. And over the years, we really see the passion, the love that caregivers have, and how much and how hard they try. And even though there are a lot of interventions that teach caregivers how to intervene for their children, there's emphasis on early intervention, there's so much less emphasis on their own mental well-being. And yet, without taking care of ourselves, it's hard to take care of someone else. So I see that ACT for Caregivers as a very important breath of fresh air for caregivers who are otherwise feeling like they're struggling alone. And we feel that not only caregivers can be helped by this program, but they can also be empowered to help other caregivers. So what's unique in our program is that we also emphasize the importance of clinician pairing up with caregivers so that the caregivers themselves are co-facilitators.
많은 보호자를 돕는 프로그램이 있는데 이 액트 프로그램은 근거 기반 프로그램으로 알고 있는데 왜 심리치료, 특히 보호자를 위한 이 액트 프로그램이 근거 기반이어야 되는지 설명해 줄 수 있으실까요?
Evidence-based interventions is helpful because we are providing care that we know is helpful. Because there are so many things that may potentially be helpful, may not, and we certainly don't want to be doing more harm because caregivers are already stressed. So not only do we want to provide intervention, but we also want to find out from our accumulated evidence whether it's helpful or not. And there's also many different ways of collecting evidence. In the field as a whole, oftentimes we take group averages and we see mean improvements, and we want to do that kind of experience kind of research that's based on looking at improvement in means and group sizes and that. I think in addition to looking at pre-post of group improvement or randomized control trial or that kind of methodology, there's increasing emphasis on finding evidence that's based on individual experience too. So that kind of in-depth research about the experience of each individual person, I think that's very important. So I think that what's most important then is to recognize that for each intervention, we want to really understand the theory behind it is solid. We want to understand how best to adapt the theory so that it's actually applied in a helpful way, and how it's best conducted. And then we want to understand individual's journey, because each individual person is not just an average, is an individual. So to really understand each individual's gains and journey is just as important. And from our experience, we certainly have witnessed a lot of growth and transformation. So that's very gratifying that not only do we provide intervention, but we're also collecting and building evidence, and we're always improving. It is also in this kind of growth and adaptation that we become also convinced of our model of training and our model of having caregivers as co-facilitators. And we're continuing to improve it. And I hope to co-develop it with you, this program in Korea as well.
3일 동안 이 그룹을 보면서 느낀 점이 뭐였으며 그리고 저희들에게 바라는 점이 있다면 무엇일까요?
My first time here to deliver Act for Caregivers, and I am so excited on this prospect because we're chartering new grounds. And what I've experienced is nothing short of being amazed. I'm amazed by the warm welcome here and most importantly, the heart. In ACT, we always talk about values, that our minds can get in the way of our heart and our values. And what I've experienced talking here and doing training here and meeting each person, each staff, from the staff who are participating, from the caregivers who are participating, to the organizer, to the staff that helps the organizer, and of course to you, Chihei, who invited me here, and also the CEO of the hospital. From top to bottom, there is such a warmth, such passion that's really from the values piece. This is why I'm not only just amazed and impressed, which I am, but also feel so connected and grounded and touched and moved by the authenticity, by the genuineness. So that oftentimes we have programs that sometimes we do, it will be good for people. But I think that here, we're not just doing the right thing, but we are truly coming from a heart and building a community. And in that community, what I feel is that there is such a letting go of hierarchy, but instead everyone belonging to a family. And that is so rare for me to come to a new place, not speak the language, and yet feel the warmth and connection of the family and moved by everyone's passion. My expectation and my hope going forward is limitless, that we will build a community and we'll truly reach out and to connect more and more and more people to this community, to really build this community. And at the end of the day, it is about coming together as caregivers, as clinicians, as healthcare providers, but those roles become just one aspect. But the more important aspect is that we're one family, not just the labels of the different roles. And so that's what I see. That's why I hope that this would become a community, an ACT community that will support each other in our own struggle in life.
서울재활병원 직원들에게 마지막으로 한 말씀 부탁드립니다.
All the hospital staff from everyone that I've met and all the people I haven't met that I know is part of this hospital, because I know that this is one big family and I feel so welcomed and grateful, humbled and honored to be able to be here to share some of my work in this area. And I hope that this will become our work going forward together. And so thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for all the hospitality. And thank you so much for welcoming me into your family. And we really look forward to working together as a team. So looking forward to chat, to eat, to share from now going on forward. And we look forward to building the future together. Thank you.
저희 병원에 이렇게 와주셔서 너무너무 감사드리고 앞으로 이 멤버, 이 17명이 이제 한국의 첫 그 씨앗이 되어서 나아갈 텐데 저희를 계속 지켜봐 주시고 지지해 주셨으면 감사하겠습니다.
I'm part of your family now. You cannot get rid of me.